What's up, guys? How is everybody doing out there? I hope everybody is doing well. Guys, let me begin by saying take the time to watch and listen to the video, any video, before you make a comment. There's people out there that will look at the title of a video, won't even listen to the video, but put a comment. You look dumb putting a comment on something that has already been discussed and went over in a video. So guys, please take the time, listen to the video. Um, I know people are starting to plan a move, a make a very big decision when it comes to retiring here in the Philippines. And it's a big decision. I mean, I did it, other people have done it. Um, One of the things you've got to do is I know people listen to a lot of YouTubers out there giving advice out. There's some that are giving very good advice, and there's some that are giving not so good advice. If you listen to 20 YouTubers out there about the Philippines for advice, 15 of them tell you one thing, five tell you the complete opposite over the other 15. Guys, I would take the advice of the 15. Uh, there's a lot of people there that like to hear what they want to hear to fit their need to retire here. Um, One of the big main things here is, am I going to have enough money? How much money do I need? That's the big thing. And it all boils down to how you want to live. Another thing, guys, health. And I've preached this many a times. Health is a major, major issue here. If you're coming here off of somebody's advice that says, oh, you only need 500 US dollars or 1,000 US dollars a month to live here, it can be done. It can be done. But if you have major health issues, you come over here and well, that health issue will lead to another health issue, and this health issue, and this health issue. Now you've sold everything you've owned. You've got a nice little savings. All right. But you went from, say, $100 expense for medication to now 200, 300, because all of a sudden my health issue now is affecting this and affecting that. Guys, you got to think about this. And guys, this video is not about health issues or anything like that. This video is about something else. Stay with me and I'll get to it. But you have to think about it. I heard a comment one time and I kind of like laughed. This person said, the heat and the sun are bad for my health. And I like kind of laughed and like, what? Okay, if the heat and sun is bad for your health, why did you move to the Philippines? It's sunny and it's hot here all the time, right? That'd be like me saying, cold weather and snow, that's bad for my health. And then I turn around and move to the North Pole. It makes no sense, right? But you got to think about these things. People are, like I said, people are looking to retire here. Matter of fact, I'm running into subscribers. Yep, going to be retiring here. Da 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 da. And then they tell me what they did: retired Army, retired this, retired that. You're going to be okay here. You're going to be okay. The thing also is where you're at now. If you're on a Social Security, some type of disability, and you're thinking, I'm going to move to the Philippines because I can afford to live there. But if you're on a disability, those health issues are going to catch you. My personal opinion is stay where you're at. You're going to be covered through wherever you're at. United States, health, as if you're on SSD, Social Security disability or whatever, you have medical insurance that will cover you there for everything. Why would you come over here and deal with it here? But we're going to move on. We're going to move on. I get news feeds from different other channels that are YouTubers here and stuff. And like I said, some are giving good advice, some are giving not so good advice. The one I just seen today, and I watched it. As a matter of fact, I watched it a couple times. And guys, stealing from people, in my opinion, is rotten. I don't care who you are, where you live in the world, what your nationality is. Stealing from people is rotten. These people ran into this couple ran into a problem. Once again, you're here on a limited budget. You have medical issues. So when you have something you need, you are going to try to cut corners because you're on a budget. This couple, they were, the health of this person is to the point to where they need a wheelchair. And of course, being on a limited budget, you don't want to dump into your savings, but that's what your savings is there for. They wanted to go the cheapest route they could to get a wheelchair. Here's another thing, guys. Everybody here is an expert at everything. I can build you a table. All right. I can build you a chair. I can fix your car. I can fix your motorcycle. Been there, done it. Everybody here can claim they can do something. All right. But here's how I look at it. Let's give you an example. Lazada and Shopee. They're like the eBay and the Amazon here in the Philippines. If this phone here sells for, say, $1,000, and I go on to Shopee, I go in Lazada, and 99% of the people that are selling this phone are $1,000, and there's one they're selling it for $100. Well, I can guarantee you that $100 phone is not genuine. It's not going to be good. So these people, they knew somebody or talked with somebody, and the guy said, I can build you a wheelchair. All right. Me, I'd be like, well, can you show me a wheelchair you've built? Can you show me anything you've built? The guy's claiming to be a fabricator. He fabricates things. Can you show me something? Can you give me a picture? Nope, I can build it. I can build it. How much? Well, you got a cheap price. So, and my thing is, I've had people build, when we had our store, I had people building cabinets and building tables, and I would give them money and I would tell them flat out, give me a receipt. I want a receipt so I know where my money's going. That's one thing you do. If you have people building a house here, if you have people building cabinetry here for you, if you have people doing this for you, ask for a receipt. You get a receipt. That way you know where your money's going. So the guy took some money up front, verbal agreement. They trusted this person to give them what they've asked him to build. The gentleman came back, asked for another, I think, 5,000 or 500 pesos more. All right. The guy came in with a sketch. Well, probably is a sketch of the wheelchair he was going to build. Came back again, asked for another 500. Then all of a sudden, the person disappeared. Did he take the money and run? Like I said, it's rotten. Thieving people and stealing from people is terrible. Yet in the Philippines, guys, it is going, and it does happen to foreigners. It will happen to foreigners. You know why? Because you're rich. You've got money. You can replace that money. All right. So, yeah, rotten. In my book, that is rotten. However, and I talk with my wife who's Filipino, born and raised here. Left here for 2 years, go back to the state. Born and raised here. Seen it, how it works. The thing that I have to disagree with of how it was handled. Here's what's going to happen, guys. If you have an issue or in the neighborhood you live. All right. And all your neighbors are Filipino. All right. Say something like this happens to you. The first thing you do, and I would done, and with the advice, what my wife is telling me, what should have been done, you go to the person's house. You know where the person lives. You go up, you knock, you knock, you knock. You do it continuously. The guy don't show up, you ask the neighbors. You don't involve the neighbors in what's going on because of the good old meritus and chismis here, right? So you don't put the neighbors in that talking bad about the guy because the neighbors more than likely know the guy, been around the guy a lot longer than you have. You're the foreigner in there. Continue to ask the neighbors, hey, when does he show up? What time does he get home from work? Where is he? Yada, yada, yada. You take that route. You continue to try to locate him. After a while, remember, things move slow here. If you expect to find a guy, overnight, it's not going to happen. The next thing you do, once you've done that and you know result, you go to the barangay captain. Let them know, hey, here's what's going on. This person did this person owes me this person owes me that. Let the barangay handle it. What'll happen is the barangay then may contact him, get a hold of him. You will get 3 attempts. What they do is if there's a case or there's somebody made a complaint against you, you'll get three shots. They'll come, they'll say, or give you a piece of paper. Hey, you got to appear at the barangay at this date. You don't appear. All right. You'll get a second notice. You got to appear at the barangay at this date. All right. Then you get the third time. The third time you don't appear. Okay, boom. My advice to anybody out there, if that would have happened to you, say somebody makes a complaint, a Filipino makes a complaint about you, they issue you a summons or whatever to appear at the barangay, sit down, work it out, talking among. My advice is show up. You don't have to. You can blow it off as, they don't know what they're talking about. They're lying. That's bogus. Show up. Show up because the next step they will do is they will file a complaint on the next level in City Hall. Then you'll get a City Hall notification to appear, and you better appear. So, yeah, go through amongst yourselves. Work it out amongst yourselves. Come to some type of conclusion. Then you got to weigh it out and go, well, he didn't show up. All right. I guess I'm out. I'm out that money. Or you want to take it to the next level. Let me go file a complaint in City Hall. Let me go hire a lawyer. Well, the lawyer might cost, say, 10,000 pesos, and you're only there for a 3,000 peso case. So now you're throwing your money away. You just got to turn around and you got to eat things like that. It's wrong, but you got to eat it. Here's another thing. I watched that video, and it's like the way things were being handled. I thought, no, wrong. That saving face thing here. You will hear it all the time. Saving face, saving face. You don't want to have a Filipino lose face because of a foreigner. All right. They were saying that the gentleman that was supposed to build a wheelchair for him came out of one of the barangay officials' house. So the barangay official knew this gentleman. Does this gentleman have connections with the barangay official? If he does, you may be out. You may be out. If this gentleman that you're accusing of, or you said this person has done this to you, is well liked in that community, you're going to have 20 people showing up going, hey, he's a good guy. He's a good guy. He wouldn't do this. He wouldn't do this. Guys, you can even have the person on video. On video. And matter of fact, there was a case where a guy, I forget what happened. Oh, he broke into a person's house. He broke into a person's house, on video. Went to the barangay. The barangay looked up because everybody was connected. Barangay looked up, looked at the video, and said, "That ain't him," and it was clearly him. These are the things you got to deal with. That saving face thing. These This particular couple put the gentleman's name up on their channel, put his picture up on their channel. People in the area where they live know these people are YouTubers. Um, this guy might get a little upset and mad because you're causing him to lose face within his community. Um, you don't know. You don't know what goes through people's mind. If he's that desperate to take money from you, how more desperate would he be if you cause him to lose face in his community, amongst his people, amongst his peers that he's been living with all these years? You know, do you want to take the chance? He's out drinking one night and hey, his buddies walk. Hey, we seen you. They're making accusations that you stole from them. Now the guy's drunk. All right. Do you want to take the chance of a stone going through your window? Do you want to take a chance of you being the outcast? Because you will be the outcast if you're here thinking that you're going to out somebody, a Filipino, and you're going to be the hero and they're going to be the outcast. You're wrong. You are dead wrong. And like I said, if he's connected with the barangay and you have to go to a hearing and you can present all your evidence in your hearing, well, this guy has 20 other guys on your side contradicting what you say, even with your evidence, you're going to lose. You're going to lose. Sometimes you just got to eat crow here. You got to. So, guys, like I said, if you have issues when you get here, remember don't be going out and yelling at your neighbors and stuff. I made that mistake one time when we moved into Daewoo. I remember the one neighbor looked at me because I was filming, and he yelled at me. And I said to him, "There's nothing against the law." And he gave me this look, and he's like, "Dude, this is not your country. This is my country. Don't talk to me like that." Right? And I went inside, and about a half hour later, I came out and I ate crow. I apologized to him, like, "Listen, I'm sorry. My bad. I'm learning things as I go here. I apologize for talking that way to you." And we worked things out, but I could kind of tell that if I screwed up with this guy again, he wasn't going to be as forgiving. So I've made that mistake. You can't bring that attitude here. You can't do that. You don't know what's going through people's minds here. Here's one example too. Luis's brother, he knows a guy. He knew a guy down in the province, and he worked at a place, and the supervisor came up to him in front of another employee and praised him. He said, "Hey, you're doing a good job. I really like what you do. You're a hard worker." The other guy heard that, and because he didn't get praise from the boss, all right, the next night that guy was out drinking. All right, he came and he stabbed the other guy who was getting praised by the boss out of pure jealousy because the guy felt he lost face amongst his peers. So you don't know what's going on in their brains. You just don't. But I'm just, you know what? There might be people out there, and I know there is. They don't like my channel. All right, because guys, I'm not blowing a bag of rainbows and and Skittles and all that up people's asses and telling them how great it is here and how magical it is, sunshine and rainbows. I'm giving you my thoughts on things I've observed here, things I've seen here, and kind of maybe helping somebody out that's going to come over here and have to deal with this situation. But remember, guys, if you are ever accused of something or brought up of something and you are told to appear at the barangay, go there. Go to that barangay hearing. Don't blow it off like that. I ain't worried about that. anywhere. That's false. Doesn't apply to me. Go to them hearing because you can come to an agreement there before it moves to the next stage. Um, I'm just if this helps anybody out, good. If it don't, I tried. Right? Remember, if you listen to 20 vloggers out there that talk about the Philippines and their life experiences and what they've experienced and the advice they give, and 15 of them are all on the same page, the other five are not. Well, those five, I wouldn't take their advice. But if that's what you want to hear to suit your need to come here, go for it. I wish you the best. I know this is 20 minutes. Like I said, guys, if you sat through this, thank you. And if you sat through this now, coming up on 21 minutes, now feel free to leave your comments below because now you can leave a comment that, well, it would make more sense than if you just looked at the title and watched the first 5 minutes. So, all right, guys, we'll talk to you later.